House Judiciary Committee Chairman Jim Jordan has subpoenaed Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis, who is prosecuting the Georgia election interference case against former President Donald Trump. Jordan is seeking documents as part of a Republican-led investigation into whether Willis's office misused federal grant money for personal use. In a statement, Willis says, quote, "Any examination of the records of our grant programs will find that they are highly effective and conducted in cooperation with the Department of Justice." Let's bring in Jessica Levinson. She's a CBS News legal contributor. Jessica, let's start with some of the main elements here. If Republicans can produce credible evidence of misconduct, what does this mean for the larger investigation in Georgia?
So I think these allegations are actually separate from the allegations that there was misconduct regarding Fani Willis's decision to say that Nathan Wade, her boyfriend, should be the special prosecutor. As you said, these particular subpoenas are about whether or not federal funds were misused. And that seems to me separate and apart from the previous subpoenas, which the House Republican Committee has served with respect to all of the investigations of the former president. But this, I think, would obviously, if there was any evidence of wrongdoing, it would put the DA's office under even more fire than it is now. But I don't know that it would have a direct impact on the case against Trump.
Okay, so let's try and separate a couple of things. We have the allegations of the relationship. She's, it seems, admitted to that now. But is that really the issue that might desync this prosecution? Isn't it a process issue, and whether the appropriate steps or regulations were followed with the appointment?
Yes, that's exactly right. I don't think there's any question, frankly, that this might not have been the best judgment. The question, of course, is whether or not this rise to a conflict of interest that would create the need to dismiss the case. I think the answer is no. The need to recuse, I think that's a slightly closer call, but I still think the answer is no. Or, as you zeroed in on, whether or not the proper process was followed to appoint Nathan Wade as special prosecutor in the first place. And I think the answer, it looks like, is probably yes, even though, again, I may not have made that decision. I think the question is, what does the appearance do to the case moving forward?
Well, what do you think it does to the case moving forward? I mean, there's a lot there now, right, for consideration beyond the actual charges themselves.
That's right. And if this case does, in fact, move to a jury trial, then you're going to have to be, I mean, you were already going to have to be so careful when it comes to jury selection, but so careful to ensure that the jurors, not that it's that they don't have any view of the district attorney or that they have no view of Trump, but that they're able to put their view aside and just look at the facts as presented. The water has already been so muddied with respect to so many people have an opinion, of course, of Trump. Now, in addition to Fani Willis, this is a great gift to the Trump campaign in terms of what they can say outside of the courtroom. But inside the courtroom, their defense can't be Fani Willis hired her boyfriend. It has to be a different defense. That's not going to be a successful one inside the court.
Jessica Levinson, thank you as always for your analysis.
Thank you.